I thought we'd get into your whole story and everything. You got a pretty, interesting story growing up in O Block and everything. So, at what point, at what age did you move there? Or were you actually like born in O Block?
No, definitely not. I was born in Detroit, Michigan. I was born in Detroit, Michigan, and it was kind of like from my birth, I was born at 7 months, man. My dad, he died, he got killed in jail. Long story short, he got killed at 18 in jail, and my mom them, they found out how he died and things like that, and then she like went into labor, and then I came out at 7 months. And I wasn't premature. I was premature because of months, but I was like really ready to come out. I was 8 pounds, 16 ounces. I wasn't small at all at 7 months. I was ready to come out. So things happened, and hey, it happened the way it happened. But
So your dad died when your mom was pregnant with you?
yeah, my dad died when my mom was pregnant with me, and
And did that cause her to have you early?
that's what she said. Like when she called she called over to like my dad's house to like see what she calling, and then they told her, and then she like, what? Like, what you mean? Like, I was just finna come up over there, and then from there she went into labor, and I was born like that. I was born at like 12 in the morning that day, but that night, you feel me? Like that next morning, you feel me? But you know how 12 o'clock be? It's damn near like it's the night, but like it's a new day.
Right. Damn.
Yeah,
Okay.
but so yeah, I went from to not foreshadow, but to kind of just like expedite things. I was 7 when I moved to Chicago. But like my whole life story is crazy because I went through a whole string of things in Detroit. But like, is we getting to all that, or you just want to get it to how I get to O Block? Because for like the story is probably too long to even go into all details. You hear what I'm saying? Like, and that's, it's what made me me. Why I probably to some I could seem as wise as I am, but I've been through a lot. Like, so again, it's what parts you really trying to go in on.
Well, let's touch a little bit on Detroit.
All right, well,
About what it was like for you at that age.
Well, yeah. So like from what I remember, man, it was crazy, man. My family, they was on drugs heavy, bro. Like, and I was born in '95, so like during that time, that's like right after the crack epidemic. So it's still prevalent. Crack is still prevalent right now to today. So obviously, right then, a couple years from them, the war on drugs, it was still like heavily. The people was heavily like involved with crack and stuff. And my mom, she got into drugs at 12 because her mom actually gave her and my auntie an opportunity to and my auntie told me this. A lot of time I can't believe what my mama say, because my mama's still on drugs right now, and she'll make up a story and shit just so she can get some money or just try to have a heart to heart. That's why a lot of people like they try to do shit like that, just break up something heart to heart. But yeah, so my mom kind of got into drugs that way when she was 12, and she been on it her whole life. And me, from the things that I can remember to get back to that point, man, I remember growing up in a family where like we used to get our ass beat, dude. I remember like everybody, my uncles them, they was on heroin. My grandma and them probably was on, my mama was on crack. But my granny and them probably did crack and heroin, because I remember now, like my uncle and them, they did heroin. That's what they did, getting older and talking to my cousin them, that was their drug of choice. They sold it, they did it. One of my cousins overdosed at 16 off of heroin. That was what was around. And like, dude, one of the times, bro, I say like my uncles and them, bro, they really used to beat us. Like, I ain't talking about you getting, and I was like 4 or 5, like for real, and about 4 of us, me, James, Jamar, and Naeem, I believe. Maybe another one of us go wash up. Like, this is the shit. Like, anger in my family runs prevalent. And we gonna get there, and you'll kind of see how fucked up it really is in my family. Just like, well, niggas talk about, oh, bro, you think cause you O Block, you from O Block, that's why you a killing it. But no, nigga, that killing in my family, that shit run deep. I go against the grain, so I won't be what they was, because all of them dead. All my uncles, all of them are dead or in jail for murders. Shit you could really look up, like no play shit. Like, my whole family damn near extinct, like for real. But like, my uncles was like, man, y'all go get y'all ass in the tub. And then when y'all get out, anybody who got dirt on them, y'all getting beat. So we all in the tub again. I'm the youngest. I'm one of the youngest. My cousin, them, they older than me. They could wash up and still play and do all this. You know, kids gonna be kids. And we got soap all in our eyes, man. I got soap all in my eyes. I don't know what they did. I know we get out of the tub, man. As soon as we get out, like, they get peroxide, put it on tissue, and then they start wiping us. And it's like, I think about it now, I got a little bit, my mind is way more intricate. I could think for myself and things like that. But like, nah, it's like, why would you go? I feel like if I could wash up right now and I get out and you put peroxide on the towel and you rub my skin hard enough, you might still get dirt. You feel me? We was made from dirt. Like, what do you mean? But like, so they brutalized. Beat. I'm talking about extension cord. No, ain't no love. You getting beat with belts, man. My uncle and them used to really beat us, punching. Like it was like a fucking mad. It was crazy, bro. Like I used to go upstairs and come back down. The next thing you know, I can't go back. Nigga, drugs embody spirits, and it bring up upon demonic activity, I believe, because. Like, in order for people to get into those things, they always got to do some type of drug. They always got to be off some type of something that makes your mind or your spirit go to another place that you just not are when you sober-minded. So it was a lot of fucked up shit, man. My granny, one of the times, dude, like me, I had one of those minds, I'm impulsive. So if I think of some shit, I do it no matter how crazy. Now I'm better at controlling myself, but it was coffee, right? It was coffee, and then I saw like the little cream or some shit. And I just put it in there, not really thinking about it. And nigga, like it sat there, and my granny come in like at night, late at night. This ain't no shit you would ever think could come back to bite you. And for real. And so she get it. She obviously asks, like, man, who did this, who did that? They must have, when else it had to be Doo-Boo. That's the name that they call me and shit. And nigga, she smashed that whole bitch on me as I'm like 4, dude. I'm like 4'5". It's freezing outside. We live in Detroit. It's cold as hell. She hit me with that bitch. That bitch break. I got coffee all up on me, and then that wasn't even the worst part. The worst part, go stand outside. Nigga, I'm standing outside in the freezing fucking cold with coffee on me as a kid, and the back porch is cold as hell, and I'm like, so I was traumatized, bro. Like, it made me angry. A lot of that shit is why I'm a loving person, but I'm quick. Like I say, anger is like my quick switch. You feel me? Anger is my quick switch. So, man, I was damn near like hella traumatized with that, but I was still a lover. And then that grandma that did that to me, man, I was finna say the pleasure, but definitely was not a pleasure. I seen her get killed by her husband, man. He killed her in front of us, man. The stories be so long to even get into, man, but I saw her die. Then I moved with my granny because I didn't want to stay. I moved with my granny from my dad's side because my uncles and them, they used to be beating the fuck out of me, at least. I used to get beat. I don't know why. Like, for nothing. Crazy shit, man. But again, I like to say it was the drugs. And then when I moved with my granny on my dad's side, shortly after she passed away. Like, so now I'm 7 years old. My auntie like, man, I got these kids. My mama just died. It's too much for me. So now it's time for like, Jamal gotta go. Like, Jamal gotta go, you feel me? Jamal gotta go fast. Like, so my mom, all her kids, really when she had them, my mom's from Detroit and Chicago. Somehow I was in Chicago, but everybody that was before me, they was born in Detroit, except for my little sister, which I later found and through Facebook on some crazy shit. She found me because she got adopted to a family we ain't know nothing about. Long story, another story. But my sisters, they all got adopted to this one family. And it was like the family of my mom's friend. And so when my mom came to get me, because my auntie like, man, I can't take care of them no more, I went to Chicago. And then that's when we stayed in another part of Chicago for a minute. While I was 8, and then we moved to Chicago. I moved to Chicago when I was 9, not 8. I was 9 when I moved on the block. But we already had family members who stayed on the block, so I was already still familiar with the block at 8. But I ain't moved there until I was 9. So yeah, when I moved to Chicago, like on the part that I did stay on, it was called the quiet end, and with Von, them, New Wop, all them niggas stayed at, that was not the quiet end. The end that I originally grew up in, it was called the church end. That's how, like, good it looked different. Like, it looked totally different. Like everybody know, anybody who know how the block look, they say, oh, the grass down there was green. Like for real. Grass down there had patches in it, bro. It looked fucked up. It looked like they cleaned up on the church end, like everything was straight. But what it was, the church end just had more older people. It was more older people. They was moving it. They was kind of gentrifying it by age in a way. Through our own people, because the older people, that's why we called it the church end. Old folks, when you think about old people, you think about church and shit, and then it was a church down there that they all went to and stuff like that. But yeah, that was my how I got to the block, man. And shit, it was, you know, as a kid, you don't really experience too much, but I do remember, like, them niggas, they used to be, before I got to know New Wop and them, because Von them, these niggas wasn't around. Sosa, Von, Sosa was around for sure. Sosa, a real one of them. Sosa, New Wop, probably Shine, and some more names of people that they probably don't know because they ain't like famous or got famous like that. Like they used to be chasing niggas from, because they went to Dulles, and I used to be chasing like my friends that I had in that park. They used to be chasing their ass home and shit. So every time before they came home, I made sure I was already in the crib before them niggas came to the park chasing them niggas home. So yeah, it wasn't too much going on till like when I was young, and then when I got older, then obviously shit changed. And that was like 12, nigga. When I was 12, that was like 15 for us. Cause when you was 12, we was doing grown man shit. Before 12, nigga, before we was 12, we was out there doing grown man shit probably. That's just a fact. But 12 just seemed like the more personable thing to say, like, and that ain't even personable. Like, that shit don't even sound right when you really think about like 12, like, bro, that's not no life you experienced, but that's what it was.